Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Welcome to IQ, Illuminating Quran. My name is Sahar Rizk. I hope everyone is doing well. Today, inshallah, we'll continue with Surah Al-Baqarah, verses 62 to 72. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الذين آمنوا والذين هادوا والنصارى والصابئين. Indeed, those who believe and those who were Jews or Christians or Sabian before the Prophet Muhammad, those من آمن بالله واليوم الآخر وعمل صالحا فلهم أجرهم. Those among them who believe in Allah and the last day and did righteousness will have their reward with their Lord. ولا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. No fear will there be concerning them, nor will they grieve. Yusuf Ali said, Sabians in Yemen, they worship the planets and the stars, the moon, the sun, Venus, probably Queen of Sheba belongs to the same beliefs system, is connected with them. In this verse, Islam does not teach exclusive doctrine for certain people. It's not meant exclusively for one people. Islam existed before teaching of Muhammad on this earth. The Quran called Abraham a Muslim. Religion of all time calls all people to submit to Allah. Sha'rawi said, those who believe in Muhammad's message from Allah and the day of judgment and did righteousness will suffer no grief or fear, because this religion is here until the day of judgment. Sabian worshipped the planets, the stars, so he confirms, and the stars, or the ones who rejected worshipping idols. So there were a different group. It didn't make sense to them to worship idol because they said we glue them ourselves, so they rejected that. Both of them are called Sibian. وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَكُمْ وَرَفَعْنَا فَوْقَكُمُ الطُّورَ. And recall when we took your covenant, O children of Israel, to abide by the Torah, and we raised over you the mount. خُذُوا مَا أَتَيْنَاكُمْ بِقُوَّةٍ, saying, take what we gave you with determination. وَاذْكُرُوا مَا فِيهِ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, and remember what is in it, that perhaps you may become righteous. Yusuf Ali, the mountain of Sinai is where Moses was giving the 10 Commandments and the law. Now Sha'rawi said, every favor of Moses in favor of the Israeli during Muhammad. So if Moses received the favor, it reflected also on Muhammad, because if they did not survive, we would not exist. So God gave them food and water in the promised land. That's how they survived. They didn't die. So if they died, our generation would not exist. After they survived the pharaohs and were given the 10 Commandments, it was difficult to implement, and they rejected it again. Then God raised the mountain above them and said, you believe, well, I'll drop this mountain on top of you. They turned their head, they bowed, all of them bowed, but they turned their head looking up, afraid that he will drop the mountain right on top of them. ثم توليتم من بعد ذلك. Then you turn away after that. So after this experience, when they were so terrified, they still rejected again. فلولا فضل الله عليكم ورحمته لكنتم من الخاسرين. And if not for the favor of Allah upon you and His mercy, you would have been among the losers. لقد علمتم الذين اعتدوا منكم في السبت. And you have already known, about those who transgressed among you concerning the Sabbath. فَقُلْنَا لَهُمْ كُونُوا قِرَدَةً خَاسِرِينَ. And we said to them, be apes, despised. It's kind of an interesting story. Yusuf Ali, the punishment for breaching Sabbath, a day of rest under the Mosaic law, was death, while fishing community in seaside town persisted in breaking Sabbath, were turned into apes. So usually it's death, but for this community, they turn into apes. Sha'rawi said, now, tawallaytum, turned away, is because of arrogance. They turned away, but God understood, because maybe they're holding on to their book. This is their book that came from God. Not aware that it was altered, not realizing that it was altered. That's why God sent another book, final book, and He said He will protect it Himself. Now, regarding the Sabbath, was their request from God for a day of rest. It means cut from work. They were fishermen by the seaside, and that day, one day God wanted to test them. He sent a lot of fish, a lot of shark, fish of many kinds, and of course, fishermen were very tempted. So He wanted to see if they're strong believers. So they couldn't resist the temptation. They designed a net to restrain or retain the fish until the following day, where they can actually catch them. So God said, you know who transgressed against the Sabbath. But God didn't say, don't catch the fish. He said, don't fish. So they still transgressed. They knew the book and they knew about Muhammad. So God cursed them into apes. Now, of course, it ends with them. They couldn't eat, they couldn't drink, and they cannot have babies, because God did not want the next generation punished where they didn't really do anything. So He just wanted to make an example out of them. So 12,000 out of 70,000 turned into apes, and those are the ones that broke the rules, the Sabbath rule. فجعلناها نكالا لما بين يديها وما خلفها وموعظة للمتقين. And we made it deterrent punishment for those who were present, and those who succeeded them. وما خلفها وموعظة للمتقين. And a lesson from for those who fear Allah. إذ قال موسى لقومه إن الله يأمركم أن تذبحوا بقرة قالوا أتتخذنا هزوا. And recall when Moses said to his people, indeed Allah commands you to slaughter a cow. They said, do you take us in ridicule? قال أعوذ بالله أن أكون من الجاهلين. He said, I seek refuge in Allah for being among the ignorant. Yusuf Ali. Moses and Aaron, his brother, ordered the Israelis to sacrifice. Heifer is the sacrifice for when someone is killed and they don't know who killed them. They have to sacrifice to wash the blood off their hands. Without he told them that the cow does not have any blemishes. But the Israeli treated Moses' announcement as a joke. Instead of obeying immediately, they kept asking so many questions. Sha'rawi said, this punishment sets an example for one their time and who came after them, respecting God's guidelines. Dinkalan lima baina. Okay, so yeah, we made deterrent punishment for those who were present and the one who succeeded them. قالوا ادع لنا ربك يبين لنا ما هي. They said, call upon your Lord to make clear to us what it is. قال إنه يقول إنها بقرة لا فارض ولا بكر عوان بين ذلك. Moses said, Allah said, it is a cow which is neither old nor virgin, but medium between that. فافعلوا ما تؤمرون. So do what you are commanded. قالوا ادع لنا ربك يبين لنا ما لونها. They said, call upon your Lord to show us what's her color. قال إنه يقول إنها بقرة صفراء فاقع لونها تسر الناظرين. He said it is a yellow cow, bright in color, pleasing to the observers. قالوا ادع لنا ربك يبين لنا ما هي إن البقرة تشابه علينا. They said, call upon your Lord to make clear to us what it is. Sorry. Indeed, all cows look alike to us. وإنا إن شاء الله لمهتدين. And indeed, we, if Allah wills, will be guided. قال إنه يقول إنها بقرة لا ذلول تثير الأرض ولا تسقي الحرث مسلمة لا شية فيها. He said, it's a cow neither trained to plow the earth nor to irrigate the field, one free from fault with no spot upon her. قالوا الآن جئت بالحق فذبحوها وكادوا يفعلون. And they said, now you have come with the truth. So they slaughtered her, but they could hardly do it. Okay, so I'm going to upload, inshallah, a video. There's two stories behind these surahs, and very interesting. So I'll upload it on a section where it's the narrative. So to summarize the characteristics of the cow, it's middle aged, bright yellow, pleasing to the eyes, with it's not really used in the field at all or humiliated in the field, and with no blemishes whatsoever, no spots on her. وإذ قلتم وإذ قتلتم نفسا فادارأتم فيها. And recall when you slew a man and disputed over it. والله مخرج ما كنتم تكتمون. But Allah was to bring out that which you were concealed. That's the second story. So the second story is about the cow. The second story is about the man they killed. Yusuf Ali said in the Bible, it is ordained that if the body of a slain man was found in the field, the slayer is not known. However, they have to do sacrifice to clear themselves from the blood guilt. So there's a Jewish story where a man was killed and they tried to clear themselves. They didn't want to kill a cow. They didn't want to slay a cow. Slaying a cow. But God was able to show them the guilty person by using portion of the sacrificed cow. He ordered the corpse to actually come back to life and disclose the story of the crime. So man can hide their crime, but God brings the truth to light. Okay, with that, we're gonna end today's video. Until next time, take good care of yourselves. Thank you so much for watching. Next time, inshallah, we'll continue with verses 73 to 82 if you want to read ahead. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum, everyone.